Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are going to be testing out what I guess I'll call round one of my Ulta hauls. I picked up a few things on I think the second or third day of the sale. They showed up on my door yesterday and we're going to try them out today. I have a new bronzer, a drugstore highlighter, a mascara, a lip balm, and an eyeshadow brush that I think I got on sale for like $2.99. It looks really good. The reviews were really great. So we are going to take it for a spin today. Before we do that, I want to give a special welcome to my new visitors. Thank you for joining me today. Please consider subscribing to my channel and make sure that your notifications are turned on. And with that intro out of the way, let's get right to it. Okay, so I do already have my foundation, my concealer, and my brows done. So today I used my Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous Foundation, which I have not used for so long. I used my Verse Concealer and then my Revolution Skin Silk just on my under eye area. And then in my brows, I have my Benefit Precisely My Brow and the LA Colors Browy Wowie. So let's get into the new things that I picked up in the sale. I ended up picking up the Too Faced bronzer. Now I probably did not need this bronzer, but I have to say I used to own this bronzer. I've owned it before in the older packaging. I decluttered it with the intention of picking up a new version of it, and I just have not gotten around to it because I have so much other makeup. I never really feel like I need to go back and buy something I've already tried, but I've been missing this bronzer. I think it's a great bronzer. I ended up going with the milk chocolate. I think I said in the Ulta video that I did that I would probably go with the darker shade. They actually only have two shades, so I did not remember that correctly. And this was the one they recommended for light to medium skin tones, whereas the chocolate Soleil bronzer was for medium to deep skin tones. Very cute packaging. I know this is not new to you guys. If you've been around YouTube, you've probably either tried or at least seen this bronzer many times by now, but we're going to try it out today. And then I have a new highlighter. I picked up this highlighter from J-Cat Beauty. Honestly, the last 3 or 4 things I've tried from J-Cat Beauty, I've not been all that happy with. So I'm a bit nervous about this one. This is their Quad Spectrum Palette Highlighter. I think it's a cream. Yeah, definitely a cream. So already, I'm not usually a big cream highlighter person. These are really creamy. I was kind of hoping they'd be more like a not too dewy of a cream, but we'll give it a try today. Don't judge it yet, Mandy. Don't judge it. Give it a chance. It was very cheap, which is why I always get suckered into trying stuff out from this brand, even though I feel like I'm dropping below 50% in the hits versus misses, but their products are always cheap to begin with. Plus they're often on sale, so you can get them for like $3 or $4. So I always just throw them into my cart to get to that free shipping, which I think is what happened with this one here. This was for the free shipping, so remember that. I'll remember that. Then I picked up a couple of things from Essence. So I picked up the Essence Lash Without Limits Tubing Mascara. This is the last one I think I'm gonna try of the tubing mascaras that have come out over the last 6 months, but I'm excited to try it because it's an affordable one. So we'll see how that goes. I also picked up the Super Peptide Lip Balm, which I've heard some good things about. And then I picked up this all-in-one blending brush. This was also on sale. I think I got this for like, oh gosh, I can't remember. I'll have to check. I want to say I picked it up for like $2.99, maybe $3.99, and it had really good reviews. Looks like the perfect shape for a one and done kind of eyeshadow brush, which I love. So we're gonna do something kind of simple on the eyes today and see if we can get it all done with this very affordable little blending brush right here. That is it for the new stuff. We'll fill in a couple of the blanks with some other things that I maybe have in my drawer. Let's get started with the bronzer. Here's a little close up for you guys. So this bronzer, the one thing I really like about it, has 8 grams of product inside, which is pretty good. Just as a quick comparison, the NYX Butter Bronzer, which I also love, has 5 grams. So this does have quite a bit more than that one. Also, my Laura Mercier right here it actually has a little bit more. This has 9 grams. So I guess maybe for a high-end bronzer, this is pretty standard. I'm gonna take my Angie Hot and Flashy BK Beauty brush. Pretty sure I can really load this up on my brush because I think this shade, if I remember right, it's not super dark or pigmented. Oh, it smells so good. That's the thing with Too Faced products. I feel like you either love them or you hate them because they're scented. For one, I feel like I would not even give them a second glance if it was not for the fragrance in their delicious products that they come out with. It's what I love most about that brand. Just makes applying them a little bit more enjoyable. I did place another order this morning for the Bobbi Brown foundation and a couple of other things that were on sale that day. So there will be more coming. My trouble with the Ulta Beauty sale this year is I don't have diamond status anymore. So I have to get to the, I think, is it $35? I think it's $35 before you can get free shipping, so you have to order a couple of things. You can't just buy one product that's on sale. You have to get a few things, which makes it tricky because you have to be a little more selective which days you do the sale, unless you happen to have an Ulta Beauty right by your home that you can just pop into. All right, there we go. Beautiful. Before we move into the highlighter that I'm assuming I'm not gonna love, let's add a little bit of blush. I'm just gonna go with my Nabla 2 Reasons blush. So while I was on the Ulta website this morning, I was also looking at the Nabla section, and I noticed that they don't have all of the shades of this blush that they used to have. I was so sad about that. One of my favorite shades, which I think is called Touch My Soul, that one's kind of like a berry pink. They don't have that shade anymore. They still have this one, which is soft nude, and I love this one as well. I was so sad to see that. This was one of the products that I initially, after trying it, kind of had the intention of maybe collecting them all. I never ended up doing it, and now they only have 3 shades available, which makes me very sad. I might have to check on the actual Nabla website. They may have more shades on there. This is a really good shade. Let's jump over to this highlighter. So I'm not quite sure how I want to apply this. I'm just gonna use a brush for today. I'm gonna take my Morphe M164. I think I'm just gonna kind of swirl it in all of the shades. I'm not sure how well this brush is gonna pick up this product or how well it will apply, but we're just gonna experiment and do our best. It's okay. I don't know why I really like using cream cheek products, except when it comes to highlighter. I like my highlighters to be powder for some reason. I don't know what it is. I just don't like the feeling of something too creamy high up on the points of my cheeks. I can feel it a little bit more. I don't know, maybe it's just I'm not accustomed to it because I've kind of set in my ways when it comes to my highlighter formula. Okay, let's move on to the eyeshadow next. So I don't have a new eyeshadow palette. So instead I picked something I knew we could apply with one brush that would be kind of simple. We're gonna go with my Lawless Dreamy Dozen palette and just do kind of a simple eye look today. So here is the Essence brush. I'll insert a little close-up of it for you guys right here. The packaging of this is actually really cute. It kind of has a matte lavender, is it beryl or feral? I think it's feral. But it has this kind of like interesting kind of shape at the top. I don't know if you can catch this, but it's sort of angular in a way. I don't know. It's kind of cute actually. Okay, we're gonna take this peach shade right here first. I'm gonna run that all, actually let me make sure my concealer's blended out and then just run that up through the socket. Ooh, it's very soft. Let me just really quickly grab. So I use this brush a ton. This is from Royal & Lang. I've had this brush forever. It's so good. The Omnia Crease brush. It's one of my favorites. It's kind of just like an all over blending brush. It's pretty standard. It's a standard size and shape, but it's very similar in shape to this one right here. Maybe this one's not quite as refined, but very soft and seems to blend well so far. Then we're gonna take a little bit of this shade right here. Same thing, but just taking this a little bit lower down on the crease, keeping it just to the outer half of the socket. I'm gonna pinch that brush with that same shade. We're gonna run a little bit under the lower lash line. All right, and then I'm gonna add just a little bit of depth at the outer corner. We're gonna take this shade right here, kind of a cool toned dark brown, just on the very, very, very tip. And I'm going to concentrate this right at the close to the lash line in the outer corner. Just very lightly feather that in. All right, now we're gonna add a bit of shimmer. Let's just go with this one up here first. That we're gonna run all over the center of the lid. Just a dusting of this. I tell you, when you do eye looks like this with just one brush, you're not gonna get the most precise look, but it's so incredibly fast. Then we're gonna take that same brush just on this lighter shade in the middle and run that on the inner part of the eyelid. And there we go, a one brush look, all done in just a couple of minutes. Let's throw on a little bit of eyeliner and then we'll jump over to the Essence Tubing Mascara. All right, so here is the Essence Lash Without Limits Tubing Mascara. It says it's an extreme lengthening and volume mascara. It also says it has easy wash off and no smudging. We will see about that. So here's what it looks like. It's got a rubberized brush. Kind of looks like the Maybelline Sky High brush, but the bristles are There's like little gaps in between each line of bristles. It's kind of interesting looking. Looks kind of sharp. I hope it doesn't feel as sharp as it looks. So I did already curl my lashes. A little bit pokey, but it's not sharp. Like it's not dangerously sharp. You might need to be a little bit careful with the brush. It's not the softest brush ever. So far so good. That went on super, super quick. That's just one coat. Just top lashes only so far. So far so good. I'm liking this. I just hope it holds up well. All right, eyes are finished. There is the mascara. I will say it's taken a minute to dry. As I'm looking up wanting to show you guys, I'm a little bit afraid that this side's still gonna transfer a bit. So it is taking a little bit longer to dry, not quite as fast drying as my beloved e.l.f. Lash Extender Mascara. As far as how it went on, it went pretty well. I feel like this, my right side was super quick, and then my left side I had a bit of an issue with. That was partly because one of my eyelashes, have you guys ever curled your lashes and one of your lashes kind of gets like stuck or kinked sideways? I was dealing with that a little bit, so there was part of the reason it took me a little bit longer. Overall application is pretty good so far. I would say it's more lengthening than it is volumizing. We will see how it wears though. That's really gonna be the big test. And also how it removes. I will leave that update for you guys down below. That leaves us just one more thing. We have the Essence, the Super Peptide Lip Balm. They had a couple different shades of this one. I ended up going with the shade number 4, Coralized. We're gonna try this out. So I'm actually going to apply just the tiniest bit of a lip liner. This is just my LA Girl Auto Liner in Nonstop Nude, just on the center of the lower lip. And then a tiny bit just here at the Cupid's bow. Let that set for a sec, and then we will take the lip balm. By the way, these have 0.33 ounces of product, just as a quick frame of reference because I have it here. Summer Fridays has 0.5 ounces. I think the Balmates have 0.4 ounces if I remember right. Yes, so just a little bit less, but these are drugstore and very, very cheap. So let's give it a quick swatch on the back of my hand first. So there's the color. Ooh, very cute. A little bit thicker than I was expecting, and a little bit more color than I was expecting as well. Ooh, I'm kind of excited about that. Let me know if you guys have tried these and if you've tried some of the other colors. Feels very nice. I'm not smelling or tasting anything. That's actually beautiful on the lips. Prettier than I was expecting. Sometimes a lip balm, they're great for shine. They don't often give a lot of color. This gives decent color, and I'm kind of pleasantly surprised about that. So that's a good win. Very excited about this. I might have to go back and pick up a couple more shades because heaven knows I need more lip balms. And that, you guys, is everything. Let me know what you guys thought of this one. If you've tried some of these things out before, what'd you think of the mascara? Have you tried out the lip balms? Do you still own the old Too Faced bronzer in the old packaging? My guess is if you still own it and you like it, you probably hit pan long ago. I know I'll definitely get some good use out of this. Not so sure about the highlighter. It's been sitting on my cheeks and it's still quite dewy feeling. It is pretty. If you like a liquid or cream highlighter, you might actually like this. It's a really nice kind of refined shimmer. It's not very glittery. I'd even say it's a little bit more natural. Maybe that's the reason I'm not loving it, is I'm not getting the punch that I love from my highlighter. The brush was a definite win. If you're looking for a decent eyeshadow brush that you don't have to spend $10, $20, $30 on, check out this brush from Essence. I think they had a couple other brushes as well that were also super affordable. Probably the winner of the day, I'm gonna give it to the lip balm. We'll have to wait and see for the mascara. Again, I'll leave that update for you guys down below. It still feels like it's drying. Like, when is this gonna dry? It's been like 5 minutes. I'm assuming it will dry eventually, and hopefully then it'll be really nice and budge proof. But there's definitely a danger zone there. If your mascara is not dry, you gotta be super careful because things can get very messy. But that is all I have for you guys for now. Stay tuned, we have more makeup coming. I've got a couple more things that I wanna pick up during the sale and try out for you guys. So keep an eye out for that. Let that be a reminder to subscribe if you haven't done that yet. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.